WGNW 95.7, The Choice.
All right, you're listening to 95.7 The Choice, coming to you live from our studio right here at the Asheville Radio Cafe, 81 Patton Avenue. Getting ready to kick off our night of music. We've got Rad and James coming in, as well as Jacob Hudson, both local acts here in Asheville. Looks like the city is just packed with spring breakers and people in town getting ready to celebrate Easter. And I've got a very special guest here in the studio with me this evening. And if you don't know anything about the Asheville Radio Cafe, it is a nonprofit. It's a 501c. No one here at the cafe is on salaries. Everyone is volunteer, on a volunteer basis. And we have some of the hardest working, best volunteers in the universe, bar none. I mean, they're just absolutely awesome. So when you come by the Asheville Radio Cafe, be sure to tip them well, because everybody that works here works without a salary. They do other things during the week, but give their time and their talents to help keep this to be one of the best music clubs here in Asheville. And one of those volunteers who is becoming our mascot here for some reason. I'm not sure. We love to pick on her, but her name is Raley. Raley, how you doing?
Good.
So what is special? I was going to say what's special about today, but it's not today. It's going to be tomorrow. What's special about tomorrow?
Well, it's my birthday and it's Easter.
How did that happen? Did you plan that?
No, I did not, but it's my 16th birthday, so I think it's pretty interesting.
So tell us a little bit about what is it like to volunteer at the here at the Asheville Radio Cafe?
It's a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of different people, and you get to have a lot of work experience as well. But you get to hear everybody's story just by making them a cup of coffee, and I've learned a lot of coffee tricks as well, which is really interesting. So I don't really like coffee, but I do like the iced mochas here, and they're pretty good.
Okay, now did you know how to make any of that before you came here?
No, I did not. I knew how to pour coffee into a cup from my dad's coffee machine.
But that's about as far as it went, huh?
That's about as far as it went.
And I guess, how long has it been now since you were volunteering here at the cafe?
I started volunteering here in October.
Okay, and if I remember correctly, you really weren't that sure if you wanted to do it or not, were you?
I didn't. Pete here actually introduced me to it, and I thought I was going to be like grinding beans or something. I didn't realize it was going to be this awesome experience that I get to do.
Well, that's very cool. Any particular people in mind or any particular stories about some of the people that come in? I mean, you're here. We keep a good eye on you, but you're here till midnight on Friday and Saturday night, so it's a long night, and usually your mom and dad pick you up, and we get you escorted to the car. But it's been kind of a cool experience. But any stories that stand out in your mind?
Not really any stories that stand out, but we do get a lot of people in here that come in just needing someone to talk to and just explaining their day. And if they have a bad day, you're there to just listen. They really just need an ear to hear them out. So
it's not all about just making a latte or pouring a cup of tea, or I know those mundane things. People like to just pour out their heart, and you get to share a little bit, share your faith a little bit sometimes.
That's exactly it. I do enjoy getting to share my faith, and this being a Christian venue, it's awesome being able to just be myself and not have to hide anything.
Yeah.
And not be watching what I say. Like, I can say Happy Easter, Merry Christmas.
And I think one of the unique things, especially we encourage young people to come here and volunteer, because you can read about being a witness, and you can read about other things either in scripture or in somebody else's book. But this is kind of the real world, right?
Yes, it is very real. And just
takes
all
it out of the
real
textbook
stories.
And puts it into like, oh boy, how am I going to handle this situation?
Yes, and it's definitely given me a lot of experience for when I move on.
Yeah, for sure. So anything special for your birthday? This is a big day, 16. Anything going on? I know you got some family here in town.
Well, that's the big thing, is my grandparents are in town, and I really enjoy seeing them because they're my biggest role models in life, because they've always been there for me, and it's awesome having them here.
Okay, why don't you give a big shout out and give their names and give a shout out to everybody for your grandparents?
Well, my papa and my mom are here, and their names are Chuck and Dana, and they are two of the most awesome people, and they're all the way here from Louisiana, so I'm so glad to have them here.
They came all the way here for your birthday?
And to help my aunt move, but mostly for my birthday.
Okay. You'll settle that with your aunt later on.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And I'm going to give you a big thanks because you brought in a couple presents for me and Steve here. And tell us a little bit about what you brought. It's your birthday, and you gave gifts. That's kind of an unusual thing, but I kind of like that, to be honest. But why don't you just talk a little bit about what the little surprise you brought on to us?
Well, I brought some mugs for Steve, Pete, and Matt because they are the three guys that work the hardest here, especially Matt and Steve, always behind the bar, making food and making coffee, and they're here all day long. And I just wanted to show my appreciation because sometimes I feel like they're underappreciated and they do such good work. But anyway, there's the Asheville Radio Cafe logo is printed on them and their names. So I thought
very
that
cool.
was
That was very sweet. And that is that's our brand new logo, and that is the very first item that's ever had our logo printed on it. So that's privilege. That's very
Yes.
cool. Hey, if there's someone out there who was ever thinking about volunteering here at the Radio Cafe, what words would you have for them other than like run the other direction a million miles an hour? No. How would you encourage someone to work here, and what would you tell them if they wanted to volunteer here and get involved with the cafe?
I would encourage them to volunteer, work here, because you get to meet, really, I say this a lot, but you get to meet a lot of awesome people and hear a lot of awesome stories. And the people that I work with, especially Steve and Matt and Pete, they're always picking on me, so it gives me some thick skin. So you get to have a lot of fun, but you get the experience, and you get to meet people. And, if you're a shy person, you can still be in the kitchen and help out.
Yeah, well, any shyness that you had, we certainly fixed you of that.
Yes,
because
definitely.
we can't get away with anything now. We give it to you, you give it right back twice as hard.
Yes.
So, yeah, you've come a long way. Well, cool. Congratulations. Happy 16th birthday, Raley, one of the awesome volunteers here at the Radio Cafe. And I knew that you're going to appreciate this. We recorded this, and we're going to post it on Facebook for everybody to see. How's that feel?
That's awesome.
All right. Thanks so much, and thank you for everything that you do here at the cafe. We've got Rad and James here tonight, and also Jacob Hudson. Going to be a great night of music. And come on down, chill out, relax, and meet the happy birthday girl, Raley, in person. Wouldn't that be cool? All right. Thanks so much, Raley. Appreciate you, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
WGNW 95.7, The Choice.